Hello, good morning. I'm not in Malta. Yes, boo, I'm back from my trip away. It was lovely though, really, really lovely. In case you haven't seen like the car boot sale video that I filmed over in Malta and my little haul and my little chat at the end. Yes, it was lovely there. I really, really, really like Malta. It's a gorgeous place, great weather, lovely people, perfectly reasonably priced as well. And yeah, just very, very nice place. I would definitely go back. Yeah, happy. We packed so much in to like the few days that we were there. We were only really there for 4 days, but we absolutely like crowbarred in a whole load of stuff. And so absolutely knackered when we got back home. Normally you're meant to rest on holidays, but yeah, didn't. Well, did. We had like a beach day and stuff on our last day. But still, yeah. I think it's because we got home at like 1 o'clock in the morning. And you know, I don't sleep on the plane or anything. In fact, I had awful restless leg like on the way home, and I like in the plane, and I basically just had to stand and stretch the whole time. It was awful, like agony. And then like an hour's drive home. Bless my mate that picked us up. He was like working the next morning. Oh, at least I managed to like sleep. He had to be up for work. Like, oh, anyways, yeah. So that wasn't fun, but however, Malta was a lot of fun. That was great. And then I kind of had a week off. I haven't done any listing, I haven't done any vlogging, nothing like that. I had like just a little, you know, break over the weekend. Went to a couple of car boot sales on Sunday. Didn't buy loads, but Mum came with us and she bought a couple of things from like the 50p guy that she wants me to list. She bought this vase, 50p. I'm gonna put these on Vinted. And a set of petanque. She also bought a vintage coffee pot as well, a midwinter one, summer garden, and she's got Spanish garden, and that was only 50p. So I could sell it, but I was like, the pattern's quite nice, but I can just keep it and like use it as a vase sometimes because it's kind of cool. So I think that's what she's going to do. And then back to work was did a whatnot show yesterday. It was a lot of fun. It was obviously come back from holiday. I was like, well, holiday themed things. So we had some gorgeous stuff in there from all over the world. Some beautiful earrings from Greece, some Greek key stuff, some you know, Maltese jewelry, and like Maltese filigree, Maltese cross, and some other beautiful filigree bits. The Japanese beads, gorgeous, like just stuff from all over the place. And you know, some fun stuff, some kitsch, you know, things, parrots earrings and things. And that was a lot of fun, that show. So really enjoyed that. That was a nice, you know, getting back into work thing. So did that show yesterday. Normally do my packaging up straight away, but like in between car boot sales yesterday, actually no, just after the second car boot sale yesterday, we went round for lunch at my sister's, and we had like lovely, you know, chicken salad spread and like lamb kofta kebab things. Ooh, it was gorgeous. So that was lunchtime, and then by the evening, by the night, like we still hadn't eaten anything. So Mum and Mark had crisp sandwiches. Like, this is after I finished the whatnot show. They had crisp sandwiches, and I had a ham and cheese, like low carb bagel thing. And we watched the end of the BAFTAs, so that was nice. And then I did my post, so that's all ready to go. I do have, what do I have? 13 eBay, 2 Etsy, and 1 Vinted order that came in this morning. I listed a whole bunch of like 2 kilogram job lots of jewelry on eBay and on Vinted, and the eBay ones have all gone now, but there's still 3 left on Vinted. I'm wondering whether to put them back on eBay and let them sell on there, because they sell a lot quicker, but then you get more of the Who knows? Who knows? I got space for it. Not in the rush, as it were. Anyways, yeah, so I better gather some orders together. It looks like it's going to be a not brilliant day today for going out. There's not a lot of sunshine and things. So I'm thinking probably let's do some work in the house. So I will do some listings. Yeah, anyway, let's get orders first. We'll talk about what we're going to do later. Okay, so this is what is going out today. We have got, there's a lot of job lots going out together. So someone has bought two lots of costume jewellery and a 4 kilogram lot of broken costume jewellery. And that came to, was that £47 something? I don't know. And then some octagonal vintage clip-on earrings. They went for £5.94. Another 3 job lots of 2 kilogram costume jewellery bits. I have a buy 2 get 3rd free option on my store, so they took advantage of that again, and that went for £39.98. Then we have these wood and shell clip-on earrings, £4.99 for those. This little 4-leaf clover with a tiny little sparkle in the little necklace, that went for £11.99. Someone else has bought another 4 kilograms of costume jewellery and a little boho lot. That lot. And that approximately, it's £47-ish for that lot, so that's cool. A Kendra Scott bright pink new with tags ring, that went for £20.99. Some enamel penguins earrings went for £5.99. And then another 3 job lots of 2 kilograms costume jewellery sold for £39.98. And then last one over on eBay is this. This I bought on my first trip to Lyon. I probably paid too much for it. But that sold eventually for £35.99. It is an Yves Saint Laurent little bag clip thing, but it's also like a makeup palette, but the makeup palette is empty. Anyway, it's from the 90s. It's a bit of vintage YSL. Yeah, £35.99 for that. So I've updated my totals and we're all good. And over on Etsy, 2 sales over there. We've got this, both sterling silver, so a little sterling silver entwined hearts necklace, very cute, and that went for, is it £12.99 I think. And then a Kit Heath vintage cross necklace with a little Celtic knot in the middle of it, and that went for I think £27, £26.99, something like that, yeah. Nice bit of Kit Heath. And then on Vinted, hello kitten, another 2 kilogram job lot of costume jewellery, and that went for £16. So got a lot of job lots to box up today. I've pulled a thing in my arm there as well, a muscle in my arm, so that's going to be fun. I know, kitten. What do you think? Oh, she thinks run away. Fine. Fine. Yeah, so a lot of packaging to do, and then I'm going to get on probably with listing some shenanigans over there. Such fun. Darn it, we're in the work position over here. Time to get serious and do some work, isn't it? Actual work, seeing as it's a miserable-ish day outside, as in it's not sunny, so we can't just, you know, go, time to actually get some work done. So I have done a to-do list, and it is a to-do before going to Paris. Going to Paris at some point next week. To go shopping, obviously, and also to visit the, you know, have a little bit of a tourist day, visit a couple of museums and things. So I've got some practical things to do for that, such as I've got to email the Paris Fashion Museum because I'd like to go there and potentially donate a little something. We shall see. And I've got to do our Eurostar check-ins and things like that. But I've also got to do a bunch of listings because, you know, I've got to pay for the bloody stuff, haven't I? So I've got to do some actual work. So on my list of things to do, I would like to be able to, or would like to list 100 items over on my Etsy store. I easily have like items to list
It's just, I'm not a particular fan of listing on Etsy. I don't know why. It's just a little bit fiddly. But yeah, anyway, I mean, it's still reasonably quick. It's just fiddly. I think it's because I'm so more used to listing on eBay that I've got that process down, and I kind of have to remind myself on Etsy, like, okay, do this bit, then this bit, do this bit on there, and then that bit on laptop, and then, you know, and you can't just like, you know, have drafts. And I do have drafts and I do duplicate them and stuff, but it's a bit more fiddly on Etsy. You can't just go this listing times 10, please, like that you can on eBay anyway. And then I'm gonna, this isn't in the order that I'm gonna do them, by the way. List my random pickups on eBay, which I don't actually have that many. I'm gonna list non-jewelry items between eBay and Vinted, most likely. So I've got some Caithness glass paperweights to list, which are gorgeous. They're going to go over on eBay because I think I'll get the better prices on those. I think that's all I've got. I have got some other things to list as well, like some Christmas lights and stuff, like, you know, those vintage Christmas lights, but I want them to go auction. And I can't auction them while I'm away, because if they end while I'm away and they sell, I'm not there to, you know, at the end of it. So I'll wait for them until I get back. I'm going to list up the stuff that Mum picked up over on Vinted. So there's a tall red glass vase, quite nice for like a single stem, isn't it? You know, be quite a nice like table centerpiece, either for a wedding or for Christmas. Quite nice. I think there is a tiny little nick in the top somewhere, like a little nibble. I mean, this doesn't feel sharp, but there's, oh yeah, there is, tiny little like flea bite there. And then she got this petanque set as well, so I'm going to list the things on there. Plus I've got a couple of things that I won in bingo that I was like, I'm not going to use these. So these are all like new things. So like a little cushion. Oh, and this cosmetics mirror, and then this little bunny lamp. I know, I'm not going to use them, be realistic, it'll just be things lying around. So I'm going to list them on Vinted. Then what I want to do is I'm going to take, I've got a whole load of, well, not even loads, how many? I don't think I actually have that many clothing listings anymore, maybe about 40 over on eBay. Let's have a look, shall we? Categories, clothes. Yeah, there's really not that much. Yeah, I think about 40 odd items. Not a lot at all. And I'm going to take a lot of them off. But I'm going to take them all off. All clothing. I don't want any clothing on my eBay store anymore, unless it's like, you know, I've somehow find a vintage Laura Ashley like 70s prairie dress and I want to put that up for auction, that kind of thing. But just standard clothing, I'm just going to take it off, donate some of it, and maybe keep some aside to relist on Vinted at some point, but probably like rephotograph or whatever. And I've just got a box down there somewhere of like things to do at a later date. And then my brother can have at least those top two, that's where the clothing is, for some of his stuff, which would be good. And then I want to move, because I remember ages ago I did actually empty like the sets of drawers in my bedroom. Now they are still empty, and the idea is that they go at the top of the landing, and then I have the bigger one in my room which has got bedding in it, and then I can just add some of the few bits that I took out of the drawers back into there, so that one goes in mine, and then my brother can have those two as well for his stuff, because his bedroom is kind of getting a bit full, and I'm like, you shouldn't have stock in your bedroom, like that's your sanctuary. Although he's never seen it like that, he's always just like workaholic up until 3, Googlers, I don't know. Anyways, I'm like, you should get stuff out of your bedroom and put it away and system and everything. So gonna do that as well. Maybe do that today, actually. That could be an idea. Anyways, in the meantime, I'm definitely just gonna list these few things here, and then and then I'm gonna delist the eBay stuff, and yeah, that feels good. So on with listing. Some more jobs done. Sorted out some rubbish that was under there. And then these 4 drawers. So these had my eBay clothing listings. These are now empty so that my brother can use them. And then all of this stuff, even though it is decent stuff, I just can't be doing with it. So I'm going to check to see if another reseller friend wants them first. And then if not, well, then they're going to go somewhere else. So that's been scrubbed off my list. Next is I'm going to air out the Galliano belt, and that's a nice excuse because it's lunchtime to go downstairs, maybe sit outside. Oh no, it is still cold. But to at least just go downstairs, put some lunch on, and yeah, get this Galliano belt aired out. Yeah, not the nicest of skies, but it's a nice garden. And under here, I've just sprayed the belt. I'm just going to leave it out here, not in the sunshine, but you know, just out here to have a rest and hopefully just get that not unpleasant smell, but very pungent smell out. Lunch all round. Lunch is done. Now it's time to turn this into, can I do that clicky fingers thing that Carla does? Probably not. Ah, there you go, that'll do. Yeah. So that's drawers moved. Job for another day is like filling them, especially the ones in my room. Mark's working right now on filling the white drawers that he can now use for some of his stock that's been piling up in his room. But yeah, I need to get rid of some bedding that I'm not going to use, like donate that, and yeah, move some bits around, but I don't fancy doing that today. So I have scrubbed some more off my list, which is pretty good. So only 2 jobs left on there. I say only 2. One of them is list 100 items on Etsy, which again, I'm not going to do today. I might choose some items to list, but I'm not going to do the actual listing today. But what I am going to do though is make a start on an email that I need to write to the Paris Fashion Museum regarding this. So some of you may recognise this from, was it an unbagging, or was it it might just been a Sparkly Things video, a Sparkly Bits video. But this is something that I did find in a job lot of vintage items that I bought off of eBay. They were advertised as like vintage items, but you couldn't really see like much in there. Anyway, so this was one of the things that was in there that was interesting. It is a shoe buckle. I thought, oh, that's quite cool. It tests the silver. Like, oh, wow. That's awesome. I did a Google image search, and the exact identical twin to this one is in the Museum of Fashion in the city of Paris. That's what it's called. So, the museums of the city of Paris, and this is the fashion museum. So this belt buckle, the information that they've got is that it's made between 1775 and 1800. It's silver and paste or glass. The sizing that they've got for this is exactly the same and everything. And they purchased theirs from a private purchase in 1990. Now, theirs has hallmarks on it, and mine doesn't. However, it means that mine is even more authentic because theirs should not have hallmarks on it because it dates for between 1775 and 1800. It means that their hallmarks were put on there so that they could sell it as silver, which is possibly what they've done. Mine doesn't have any hallmarks, but it is identical. What I'll do is I'll flip you around now and I will show you the information they've got. There you go. So this is their shoe buckle and this is mine. That's freaking identical, isn't it? Absolutely it is. And because they're shoe buckles, they should come as a pair. So that one doesn't have its friend and neither does this one. So what I plan to do is when I go over to Paris is I would like to donate this to the museum on the proviso that I get like a little donated by Lex. That would be quite nice. Just a little mention somewhere. And maybe I can make a little video about it. That would be quite nice. But yeah, I'd like to donate that to them. And to, you know, reunite the pair. I think that would be quite nice. So yeah, I'm going to get my Google Translate out and work on writing an email to them. Work is done now. Time to settle down and watch some Karen Reid retrials. Oh, look at that kitten there. Are you nice and comfy there, kitten? Yeah. So yeah, I'm done for the day. I'm going to do some more work tomorrow, so I probably won't see you then. I really should, you know, do some Etsy listings and sort out that pile of stuff over there. But for now, that's it for today. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.